Hello and welcome, this is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more RimWorld, returning to a no-hope playthrough. And things have actually been pretty hopeful lately. I mean, we've gotten raids against us, but they haven't really progressed all that far, and we've been doing pretty well, in my opinion. I do have this on, so we will go ahead and do that. Flick it off. There's no reason to have that power being drained. Okay. Let me just make sure. Yeah, okay, we're not restricted anywhere. We just finished pants, so... Pants, coats, jackets should all be done. It's possible we don't have parkas on hand. Let's see what he's all about. Feeling bad, rebuffed, dead man's parka. I'm thinking if we're getting rid of all the dead man's clothes, it's probably to the point where we're not going to have any parkas for the winter. Now, we don't have to produce that right now, but it's probably a good idea. I mean, we do have some parkas sitting around that are not dead men's clothing. So I don't really know of anything that we necessarily need to keep making right now for the tailor. So I'll just go ahead and let that be for now. And we did finish these rooms, so I do want to floor them. We are running low on wood at this point. See if we can at least get them started. I could always chop down a tree if we're close and we're not quite there. I think we conserve the stone that we have as much as possible, because there are some things that require. Starting to clear out the corpses. And bills. Add a bill. Alright. Now, Biggs might be not particularly happy because she has to deal with these corpses, but it's a dirty job that needs done. We're looking at how much steel? About 1,400. We're bringing in some uranium that dropped in cargo pods. It's probably about time that I start mining for more steel, which we have some over here. And I should probably do another predator sweep. It's been a while since I've done one. So I'm just going to look around the perimeter here. I'm looking for cougars, usually the only predator we have in this climate. Okay, I didn't see anything, but that was just a cursory glance. There might be something that I missed. How is that cow over there? That should not be an allowed area for them. Alright, so we're a little shy of the wood. Let's see if we can pick a tree that is fairly well grown. I know for a fact that there was at least one that was in the 70s. So 77 so far, 83. Alright, we'll go ahead and chop that one down. Anything that's above 80%, I'll go ahead and chop. Wish there was an easier way of doing this. Maybe there is. Yeah, most of these are little tiny trees. 79%, 79%. 80, that counts. Okay. Couple trees down. That should give us some wood. I could be chopping down cactuses and other, like, trees that are out in the wild, but they don't usually... Cactuses don't give that much wood in there. I would have to go pretty far outside the base to get them. Okay, so the exotic goods trader is gone. And I can probably start moving the sleeping spots to their respective bedrooms. I am going to eventually want to replace this with a stone wall rather than a natural wall. As a matter of fact, let's start on that to an extent. I should be able to... As a matter of fact, let's suspend this job. But I should have plenty of sandstone at this point that I can make that wall. And even slate blocks if we want to keep the same material. So just go ahead and cut this area out. And we'll replace it with our own walls. Oh, hello. Was that a cooler that just went? I bet you it was. Alright, so first things first. Get over here. Alright, you're already going to be fighting the fire. Oof. That spread. Alright, we're going to have to rebuild that, unfortunately. Seems like these coolers have a habit of just violently exploding every so often. Okay, Leia's doing the stone cutting for us, or removal of the stone. Fortunately, we didn't get any chunks out of that. Structure. I'm gonna make it out of slate just to make it kind of the same. Okay. Wedge is having some problems. I don't think we lost any of the actual conduits. Yeah, so I'm not going to have to rebuild those. I just need to rebuild the cooler itself. Did a bunch of the roof get knocked out by that? Okay, no, it's fine now. And let me go ahead and deconstruct that and deconstruct that. So now we have our new sleeping areas. They do not have any lights, which we should be able to do just by running the power conduit up that way and then getting ourselves a couple lamps. So we'll put one there and one there. I don't know if this is where I'm going to end up having the bed. You know what? Put it somewhere else. Now, eventually, I am going to make it an actual bed, but we're a little low on materials right now, so just going to bide our time. Kind of a bummer that that happened, though. We're wasting precious resources that we need for other things. Corpses were, you know, we're starting to run down on them. Get some steel here. A lot of cloth on hand, so you can definitely build a lot of stuff. What's Wedge up to? Oh, he's just wandering around. Let's see, what else can we make here? Parka, jacket, button-down shirt, pants, cowboy hat. Let's make some cowboy hats, right? For the summer months. We'll make 10 of those. How are we doing temperature-wise? 114 outside. Chewbacca's still wearing his parka. think we're at a point where we can start using full medicine for everybody. So let's just go through and make sure that we're turned on that way. We're producing medicine. I don't think there's a reason to hold it back. Okay, we're having power issues. That's news to me. Wonder why. Let me look around here, because that is obviously a bad problem to have. You know, there must be a power conduit missing here. I mean, I guess this counts as a spot that we need a power conduit? Okay. I think that's what's going on here, so... I don't know if Biggs is the right person for this, but you're up and about, so... What was happening is this is not connected. This upper portion up here was not connected. And I guess I just wasn't thinking properly that we had that break. So we had a couple of our power generators not connected to the power, and also a couple of our batteries not connected either. Alright, speaking of batteries, I'm going to eventually want to put a couple batteries up here, but I'm not going to do it just now. And there is another thermal power spot, is there not? So if we need to continue to grow our power generation, yeah, it's over here. We're going to want to do that. I may want to draw the power in a different way, though, so that we're not so dependent upon one line. As a matter of fact, I should probably do that now, so that we have a little bit of redundancy in our power lines, so that if we have this one line get knocked out, it doesn't cause the same problems. Okay. So wedge is doing better. And I want to take a look at the needs of wedge. Or was it... Who was it that was hiding in their room? Was it Wedge or Biggs? Alright. Well, it doesn't matter. We've gotten it taken care of now. Okay, so we just got component assembly done. That is perfect. Let us go to the research screen. And I think we go right on to deep drilling. Okay, so going into production, because that is what we're going to need. We need the component assembly, which is 20 components. It's good that I've been saving them. So I think we start getting rid of some of these freezers. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get rid of all of them. You know what? Now, let's get the deconstruct tool here. That's going to make my life easier. Just go ahead and deconstruct those. We don't really need them anymore, but we do need the space. And once we're done with that, good to go. What's going on in here? I just want to see what we got. So we've got concrete, we've got metal tile, and then we have plate. Okay. We did deconstruct those sleeping pods. Now, what we got out of them, I don't know. Okay, now we have that redundant power setup. Now old Ben should start deconstructing. This will give us some components and other materials. We're going to need some hauling done here pretty soon to get rid of all that food. I am also going to want to set up the component assembly. So we're going to stick that right in the corner here. And hopefully old Ben gets on that once. Okay, not exactly sure why we're going to that cooker, right? But I guess that's because Leia was busy. Yeah, one of our solar generators broken down. We'll hopefully take care of that. Wedge is still a little upset, but that's probably because they are sleeping. And they have a lot of things that they need to take care of. They're very hot. Why are they very hot? Probably because they're wearing a parka. No, it's probably because they have no air conditioning. That is why we need to wall this all off. Okay, I think we go ahead and we deal with that. So the sooner we get on this, the better. And I'm going to get myself in the direction that we need to be in to get this attached to the rest of the base. Fortunately, we have a lot of priorities going on all at once. So it's going to take some time. But the problem is it's in the middle of the summer and he is burning up where he is. I could wake him up. Probably a good idea. Wedge, how are you health-wise? Yeah, you've got heat stroke. Let's just have you get up and eat some food. Okay, there goes your major break risk. I mean, you were burning up. Okay, that is done. Now we need a bill. Add bill, make component. This should be done all the time, forever. It is, from what I remember, a process that takes a very long time, so the sooner we get on that, the better. Especially as we have all of 19 components at this point. Okay, this was cut into. We don't have a lot of slate. But I would like to at least get this built out of slate. And let's have this be hauled. And then what I'd like to do is sandstone is the other thing that we have. To build a wall that goes down like this. And a wall that goes like this. And we'll wall off or give roofs to all this area. So zone, span roof. All this area. Now going to be roofed and air conditioned. Does mean that we need more coolers in the base, in my opinion. So let us go to temperature. Put another cooler in the base. Put that around. Right there. And we're going to need some vents. So vent number 1 is going to go right like that. Vent number 2 there. Vent number 3 is going to be there. These guys are going to be burning up in the night. I'm going to go ahead and have old Ben work on this during the night so that it gets done so they are not burning up in the night. You know what I just realized though? We didn't finish the walls, so this is going to be a little bit of a problem. We finished the roof. Okay, let's go to the research screen and we're going to go right onto ground penetrating scanners so that we can find the resources. Okay, where did old Ben go? What are you doing? Cut that out. Are you really hungry? Is that what's going on here? Because this needs to be done like now. I guess you're hungry, so eat your food. Chewbacca. Not sure what you're up to, but I would prefer you to work on that, where old Ben eats. And then old Ben, I would like you to work on the stone wall, please. Okay. We could do that. Yeah, no. All right. Stop trying to go to bed. I think as long as the walls are partially built, should be fine. So we just have this one left. Then we'll have him build these. All right, well, that took way longer than I would have liked. But, another group of people passing through. We are managing to bring the temperature down. Okay, Wedge is around. I'm gonna have Wedge build... Wedge build this for now. Just trying to get things in a state where I feel like the base is in a, you know, a little bit better off than it is right now. Because people burning up in their bedrooms, not really ideal. We do need some lights in these passages so that people are not stumbling around in the dark. So I am going to do that. We can put one in that corner, one in that corner, and one in that corner. And then finally, one over here. Should be good enough. Okay, so we have a lot of construction going on here. Wedge is going to start taking care of some of that. Eventually, this will probably be an area for more rooms, but for now, we're just going to wall it off and not worry about it. And this should be set for 70. That's fine. We're just doing it for air conditioning's sake. Temperature's still fairly high over here, but it's going to take a while for the temperature to circulate where it needs to. It's possible we'll need more coolers. I'm trying to keep the coolers away from external walls, because that gives the enemy an easy place to just poke in. Speaking of coolers, we're going to need another one right here. And then we'll get that to the proper temperature. Oh, wow. This one's having a hard time keeping the temperature in the summer. I mean, we're looking at 125 degrees outside. So these just count as not even refrigerated. So we're going to need yet another cooler down here. I'll put it... I guess I'll put it over here. No, we don't want to do that. Put it over here. Problem is, I'm pumping heat here. That might actually be giving the coolers a harder time to work. I'm not exactly sure how coolers work. I mean, maybe... No, don't wall your sky... No! That is dumb. Don't do that. Can you come over here and then do the construction? Oh, that's so stupid. I mean, I guess they left this hole open for themselves. Although, I kind of wonder if they, like, busted through to do that, because that seems odd. Okay. They're almost done with the construction. I'm going to go ahead and finish off the last of the steel. I think that's all that there's going to be. And, yeah, you know, there's not that much steel around the map anymore. As much as there used to be. There still is out there. I mean, we've got a chunk here. But we're going through it. Okay, I was just looking around over here. I don't see any steel. Got some right here, though. So we'll mine that on out. Okay, yep, that's the last of the steel over there. I mean, we are producing components, but it's taking an awfully long time. Alright, we finally cleaned up all the corpses. We could unforbid this stuff. This would just get burned because it's Dead Men's Clothes. But hopefully if we can start getting a more component construction going on, we'll build up enough components. We didn't finish this. Come on. Get on it. Yeah, I know, you're pissy with me, but this stuff needs to get done. Okay. I think we normally go for 20 degrees. And then you're going to come over here and you're going to finish this too. Yeah, component's very low at this point. Temperatures are looking better in here, but these guys are still probably hot. Okay, so this should be done. Turn it down 20. Okay, so we are keeping it nice and cold there. Temperatures are dropping. It is actually cooler outdoors than it is indoors, so we're trapping a lot of heat inside. It's possible that this is a pretty warm area. I don't really know. Does component generation produce heat? It could. Well, you know what? I think this is a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video. So we've gotten really good progress. I still feel like more than likely we're going to need more coolers being produced. Trying to think, is it possible we walled off a cooler? No, it doesn't look like it. So, right now, we've got a cooler. On is sleeping in the... He has a normal bed, so he's probably just feeling sick. Yeah, he hasn't been treated yet. Okay, well, anyway, we could probably put another cooler over here somewhere. In one of these damaged wall areas, because marble cannot be repaired. Or I could just knock out the sandstone and make it all marble. Another cooler in here might help. Again, I want to keep the coolers away from outside walls, if at all possible. Alright, in any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.